Everyone. This is Evelyn of Evelyn's Creations. Welcome to my little tiny office here. And tonight we are preparing for a fabulous end of the year. So this is going to be a good nudge night, and it won't be long because I really want everybody to be able to, if you're in the United States, know what's going on in our community, in our country. And it's a live broadcast tonight. So even if you don't like what's going on, you should know what's going on, correct? So tonight is Let's Get Off These Rocks. That's the title. The rocks is a metaphor, like a beautiful mountain, it's like your safe space, it's your couch, it's your love seat, it's in your comfort area. If you are a roommate, if you are a housemate, if you or a friend of someone and you have that really, really safe place, I want you to think of it as your rock. Let's get off those rocks. So whatever I just mentioned to you, I want you to think of it as a metaphor about your rocks. Okay. So, and then I want to say, once we get off the rocks, let's build for our future. If you're coming on for the first time, my name is Evelyn of Evelyn's Creations, and I'm here to inspire you and to help you reach your goals. And I want to make sure that I leave an imprint on I want to say your progress past where you are, because that's what it really is. It's like you're already surviving, you're already living, and you may be thriving, but you may want more. So every night I teach you live is to help you get to the next level. It's a push. If you're going 5 miles an hour, when you finish the video, you should be able to go 7.5 miles an hour. And then after the video, you should be able to go 10 miles an hour. If you're on the video and you're at 0 miles per hour, then I want you to be able to go 0.2 miles an hour and then 5 miles an hour after the video. Now, if you're a member, if you are a subscriber, and you are like getting ready, you know how you crank the car up before you start rolling, you let the car warm up, then you'll be able to go more than 5 miles per hour. You probably be able to go to 15. All right. But I really, really want you to just hang on tonight, hang on to every word, and then go back and listen to this video twice. This is going to be a shotgun video because I want you to know what's going on in our country tonight. It's going to be on live, and you're listening to the president. Look, we got to know what's going on. Okay. So whether you listen to him today or tomorrow, you get bits and pieces, a snapshots of it is something that you need to know. Now, if you're in another country watching us tonight, I want to thank you for coming on. And if you're able to take whatever I say and go to action with it in your country, I applaud you and I say keep doing it, because you can get out of whatever you are, whatever your situation is. Like my dad says, if you got your mind, you got it all. If you got your mind, you got it all. Everything else will work out. You can figure everything out. If you're first time, my name is Evelyn of Evelyn's Creations. I'm a storyteller and I'm also a fabulous international designer that shares what I'm going through you in real time. What did I do last week? I did the 5K. I did the 5K in the mall last week. I did the 5K, got my ribbon. I put it in the window, pat myself on the back. I walked with people who I didn't know. I made new friends, made new clients, and we got through it. It was 3.1 miles, did it in a very short period of time, but it was just a brisk. I wasn't trying to win, everybody. I wasn't trying to win. I was just finishing the race, right? So if you can, go out and sign up and do something in your community, make some new customers. When you go, find somebody you don't know, give them a compliment. When you give them that compliment, guess what? You made a friend and potential a client, and then potentially a repeat client. So you know what happened? There was 2,000 walkers in the mall on last Saturday morning, and they had to walk by to do the 5K was 4 laps around the mall, right? So if you know me, you know I have 5 stores. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 of them There's one doctor in between two of the stores. Okay. So they had to walk by all 5 of my stores 4 times. 4 times. I called everybody in to work, have all the doors open, tell them hi. Even people that were campaigning for office, come on in, put a table up inside my store, help wave the people in. We made sales before it happened. So it was 2 hours prior to the mall opening. And I asked, I just was a friendly camper. Hey, I'm walking too. I got to do some things. Because you know what I forgot to tell y'all last week? I forgot to tell you all that Arthur came to visit me. You said Arthur who? Evelyn, say everybody that. Say Arthur who? Because you know I'm a comedian too. On the radio, I'm a comedian. Arthur who? Who came to meet you on your birthday, Evelyn? Arthritis. Arthritis. Go ahead and laugh. I was like, what's this? What's going on? They said, girl, you probably got arthritis. I looked up all the symptoms. I said, oh my goodness. And my friends that I met at the mall, they said, you know how you get rid of arthritis? You keep walking. You keep walking. So you know what? Here I go. Here I go. Arthur. I love authors. I have friends named Arthur, but I don't want Arthur on me. I said, I can't wait to tell my team this because Arthur came to visit me and he just want to hang around. You know how you got that boyfriend, you said, now, okay, it didn't work out. Go ahead on. Or you got the girlfriend, you said, okay, I like you. You're good, sweetheart. Take it easy. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. How they say it, how the young people say it. See you later, Felicia. Okay, not anything against anybody named Felicia, but I just want to let you know, just have some fun for a minute. Okay, we're gonna start off with our gems, our people, our special team. We're gonna start off calling off these names that made it possible. So don't go to commercial. Do not go commercial. Do not go get a water break. Please listen to these fabulous people who made this channel happen. And the first one is called, her name is called What the Hymn Creative. What the Hymn. Okay. Annette Moody. Shamika Customs. Apologize for saying that wrong. Shamika Customs. Miriam Masterpiece Designs. Denise Watson. Life by Livins Lorraine. Cindy Soul Boho. Indigo Silk. Liz Wilson. Pink Pizzazz Boutique. Queen of Hearts. Mildred Desserts. Soul Pearls Creations. Dewana Green. Patricia. Blessings. Mary Jones. Gwendolyn Member Starbs. Daughters of Zion. Sharon Courts. Constance Clinton. Awanda Brown. Tracy Davis. Jean Robinson. Ellen Banks. Alicia Sandra Barnhart. Michelle Stringer. Giannis Hodgepodge. Bernice Thompson. Carolyn Royal. Nina Rose Treasures. Lyrline Rockingham. Lumen Laser. Angela Hamilton. Miss T from the Silk. And Linda Brown. Those are our cheerleaders for this channel. They give monthly to make sure that you get a live post. And I'm telling you, if it wasn't from them, I would not be here because you know what? Every team, every sport you go to, they have cheerleaders. Every place you go, if they have tennis, they got people in the stands. If they got football, they got cheerleaders and people in the stands. So these are our cheerleaders for the channel. These are the people who put some skin in it. They put some skin in it. They hard-earned money into the membership. So if you would, please join, subscribe, and share the channel. If something have inspired you, then, and you see somebody going through some struggles, come on, just make it happen. Okay. First, I want to talk about, we were talking about a boot camp coming in October. I'm going to give you some good news and some bad news. The bad news, we talk about bad news because I'm going to tell you something. When you have bad news in your life, you go ahead and you lock in, right? You lock in. The bad news is I'm going to postpone it. The good news is it will still happen. Now, let me tell you why I want to postpone it. I'm talking to a lot of you. And I feel that right now where the country is, it would not be a smart time to invest in a boot camp live with me. It would be better for you to get the coaching. It would be better for you to get your stores up and running. Because if you come to Orlando, you're going to spend more than what it costs to coach. And a lot of you are saying, I love this, I love this, I love this. And a lot of you that I am coaching, it's a lot of intimate time. It's a lot of time that I love sharing with you. And I would rather for you to have, I would rather have 15 to 30 new business owners than to have 50 people to come. Okay. I'm not doing this channel to make money. Yes, they pay me a stipend. I mean, a stipend. When I say stipend, I might make $8 a video. So that's a stipend, right? Money is money, but it's reaching thousands and thousands of people. And YouTube is just like a tree. It takes time. It grows and grows and grows. And before you know, it shoots off because you do get money off of all your old videos. Another $8. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that in my heart, I just really know that there are some people out there watching me that really, really need some help. And if I focus on a boot camp right now, I will have to probably give a good 2 months to do it professionally because I've did them all. I've did red carpet. I've did conventions, presidential conventions, I did almost every national convention that America has. I have been an exhibitor at and I've been in almost every state that have conventions. So, and not just in state, out of the country. So what I'm saying is when I'm looking at everything, I'm praying over it, and I'm saying, you know what? We need some more help over here. We need some more help over here. And I'm gonna share this with you. I talked to a caller a couple days ago, and she said, I heard you. She said, I watch you faithfully. I'm not going to say her name, but I'll probably bring her on next week. She's from Mobile, Alabama. And I have studied Mobile, Alabama and the slave trade and how they came in there. And so we just connected greatly. I knew all the little spots where they just found this ship that was wrecked. And she said, I want to pay for the $125 hour coaching. So this is how if you're not already buying coaching, this is how it works. If you're already buying the coaching, you don't pay me to talk to me. That's all in it. And some of you got it quickly, and some of you, we got to take baby steps. Some of you have to slow you down. You're not there yet. Let's do this. Let's do that. Especially when you're inputting in the computer, everything has to be exactly the same. Same letter, topper and lower, same space, everything. So I'm having to slow some of you down. I'm having to speed some of you up, and I'm having to tell you what to expect and just do the blueprint. I'm your blueprint. Okay. I'm your blueprint. So anyway, long story short, we talk. When you do a coaching for me for 125, I actually bill you for 120 and the rest is tax. And so what happens is I ask you, what do you want to talk about? So we don't waste a second of your time. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to be? What are you doing now? What are you selling? Where have you sold at? And my coaching is for any type of person with any field. Okay? Take a commercial break. This one they're gonna do a commercial. Okay, if you're just coming on, say hi to everybody. How you doing? Blah blah blah. If you hear a little sound in the background tonight, I'm doing it with a fan, so just feel like you're on the highway, and let's just get this party started. Okay, here we go. So when you want the coaching and you say, I don't want to pay for the full boot camp coaching, I just want to know where I am, what I should be doing. It's $125 an hour. It ends up being about 126 and change. Okay. You write down what your questions are. You write down what you want to be your results. You write what you've done so far and what you've made so far. Now I'm going to tell her story. I'm going to tell her story because by me telling her story, I'm going to give her another hour free. So I know she's saying, yee. But this is the thing. The goal is, if you get the coaching from me, if you start a payment plan within 30 days of you getting the coaching, the money that you spend on the coaching will go toward your boot camp fee. And it's $1,500 right now. It's $1,500. Okay. So if you come to me and in 30 days, you can't use what I'm telling you to get your $125 back and to make some extra money, then your train is going to be a little bit slower. And the reason I'm doing that is because I don't want to take your money. You're not getting results. If I'm not inspiring you to get up off those rocks, then I mean, if I can't take a shovel and actually literally say, hey, the storm is coming, go get some water, go get some shelter. If I can't do that with you in a month, and it's a waste of your money. I don't want you to waste your money. I want you to be serious when you call me. I want you to want results. I want you to pay attention and take action. Because in the military, they said, okay, they give you everything. Now they say take action. Read and take action. Work and take action. That means if you buy the cloth, sew it up. You sew it up, sell it. You sell it, put it in the bank, and you repeat. And you pay a bill. Okay. So this is what she did. I'm telling you, this was a great 1 hour session. Actually, I gave her an hour and 30 minutes because when we start the session, we have prayer. Now, some of you may say, I don't want a prayer. We don't have to have prayer. It's prayer takes maybe 30 seconds, an hour, maybe not an hour, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, whatever. But that's who I am. I couldn't do this without him. So I'm just telling you how it is. But if you want coaching and you're not a spiritual person, we can just say, we're going to take a brief moment and you're going to just manifest to yourself what you're going to ask me. So it doesn't have to be that. And she agreed to prayer. Okay. So she said to me, she wanted to know how to set up a booth. She wanted to know how to make money. She wanted to know, what is this all about? She knows how to sew. She sews very well. She's been sewing all her life. She has a job and she wants extra money to take care of her mom. Would that motivate you? Would that motivate you to get off the rocks? I think so. Okay. Because mom brought you in, and how they say she can take you out too, because you should have learned something. You should have been able to learn something. It shouldn't be no problem. Look, mamas don't supposed to go to nursing homes. Daddies don't supposed to go to nursing homes. I'm sorry. Back in the day, we kept our parents. Now today we have luxuries of insurance and we have better facilities and all of that. But old school, they didn't go. I mean, my stepfather's 87. He said, I'm not going. He said, I'm not going. Y'all gonna have to figure that out. But we gonna figure it out because it ain't no option. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, things are happening. There are different situations. I'm saying that's for everybody. So she said she had did a show, and her show, she spent $25 for the show. She was out there 4 or 5 hours. She had her banner up. She had her table. She showed me her display, and okay. I'm gonna give y'all a question. How much money do you think that she made at her first show? How much money do you think that she made at her first show? I'm gonna give you just a couple seconds. I want you to participate. She's at this show. This is what she was selling. She was selling neckties, beautiful neckties, the new ties. She was selling pillows. She was selling children's clothing. And she had one table. And she had a banner behind her back. Can you tell me, can somebody that is watching now say what they think she made at her first exhibit? Her first exhibit was $25 to pay. It was 4 to 5 hours, and she had no coaching. Anyone can figure out can anybody give me a figure? Constance, can you give me a figure? Constance say I'm buffing. So she says she's buffing. It could be a storm in the area. Okay. Lumen Laser, can you give me a figure? Oh, Bernice gave us our first figure. Bernice gave us our first figure at $10. Okay, Miss Bernice, it was a little higher than that. Can somebody else give us a figure? Okay, Mary Jones said her first figure was she sold $0. Okay, Miss Patricia, Miss Patricia is got it going on. Miss Patricia, what you selling at your first show? Miss Patricia said she sold $300. Soul Pearls Creations. I love your name. I just love messing up your name because it's so pretty. Soul Pearls Creation said 150 and Lumen Laser said 350. Okay, so I'm calling out people who I see that's active on the show and they're asking, they're responding. That's what I want. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna wrap it up and get back to the topic. She said the first show she went to, and Angela Hamilton said her booth fee. She was out there for 5 hours and it was a beautiful setup. She had a display. She had her stuff on a one little 6-foot table, and all her items was right there on the table. She made a rolling $15. She said, I was so disappointed. I made $15. I was out there for 5 hours. Oh my God, I need coaching. I need coaching. Okay, let me tell you something. I applauded her and told her that $15 was great because Mary Jones of DC actually got it right. When you do your first show and you don't know what you're doing, you're going to make $0 most of the time. Most of the time, you're going to make $0. Why would you make $0? I'm going to tell you why. When you go to your first show, they don't know you're coming. They don't know what you sell. They don't know how much it costs, and they're not prepared. Okay. So when they're prepared, they come with money. When they're not prepared, they checking you out. So when you go do something for the first time, you can't feel like you're supposed to hit the pot of gold. So what I told her to do, I'm telling anyone that's watching me for the first time, and you are getting ready to go vending, because vending, exhibiting, conventions are very good in the summer because everybody is out. They've saved all year and they go to these conventions. Most of the time, the less you sell, the less the booth fee is, more than likely the less money you're going to make. Not always. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason that the less the booth fee is, the less you make, is because it's a convenience, it's quick, you don't have enough traffic, and you're brand new. The more you spend, you have a broader audience, you have a range of incomes, and they have more options. They can figure out how can I help this person? What do they have that I could buy from them that can be a benefit to me or somebody that I know? That's how vending really is. That's how conventions really is. Sometimes when you have these conventions, they're not actually shopping for themselves. They're shopping for other people. So you have if you spent $500, I think my most I've ever spent is 35 excuse me, $3,500 in New York. Better drink some water. I was like getting excited. I get excited. I get dust. The most I spent on the booth is $3,500 in New York. Spent $3,500 and I made probably $35,000 in order sales. So I had like 2 to 3 months to deliver. It's because I used to sell wholesale. I used to make things for wholesale. So that's another story. If you're doing wholesale, you need to make it in 30 to 45 minutes. Don't do wholesale if you gotta make it 3 and 4 hours an item. 30, 45 minutes. Bam, 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 bam. Buy you some time. So when you set up these booths and you are making something and you're trying to figure out what do you make, think about the audience that's going to be there. Okay. Think about the climate. Like say everybody's making these ties, right? If you selling bow ties, you need an audience that basically go to church or go to the office. So if you're in a place where everybody's wearing t-shirts, they won't need a bow tie. They might still wear a bow tie with a jacket, but some of them wear it and they have on a shirt like this that buttons down. Okay. So if you're selling the bow ties, make sure you build the audience. And then also, if you're selling at a place, especially if it's local or if it's at your church or whatever, when I don't mean whatever like haphazard. If I say a word that's out of order, take it as an act of kindness. If you're selling at a place and you have friends and associates on any level, invite them to your show. Because if you invite them, they're going to bring a friend. And if they come, they're going to buy. Don't just get to the place and say, I'm here, give me the money. No, promote yourself. Promote yourself that you're at the show. Could you please come be a friend? Or I'll give you 15% off on your first purchase. Build the sale before the sale. I'm going to say that again. Build the sale before the sale. Make sure when you're having a show, a presentation, or if you're inviting someone and you have a showroom, make sure you ask a person to bring a friend. Make sure it's somebody, if it's inside and it's personal, like a home, you have to screen the people. But if it's in an outdoor opening where you have other vendors, then you want to make sure you invite as many people as you can. Now, what I told her too, when you go to a show like that, sometimes you might go to a show and you might say, man, I didn't bring the right stuff. Oh my God, I just didn't. Oh, I hit this one wrong. What you do if you go to a show, learn from every show. Go and look at all the vendors. See what you can learn from the show. Do they have a banner? Do they have it inviting? Do they have their business cards? Do they have a chair for someone to sit down? Do you have water for your guests? You know, how long have you been in business? What shows do you go to? If you see, some people won't tell you what shows they go to, and some people will be happy to tell you where they go to, because the more vendors, the more people come. Have you ever been to a marketplace? Even if it was a food marketplace and only one person came with the collard greens and the other person came with the onions and the other person came with the baked peanuts. Well, the more you have at a marketplace, the more people make. The same in a mall. The more stores in the mall, the more people come, the more people make. When you are a single individual, you think, oh no, I ain't gonna tell nobody. Oh no, I ain't gonna tell nobody. No, that's not how it works. We have to share. That's why when you see certain stores, they have the same place around you. If you see a McDonald's, there's a Burger King across the street. If you come to the mall, the same kind of stores are in that mall. Okay? You see a car dealership over there, there's another one over there. Because they know those people are gonna hop around and somebody gonna get a sale. So why not you? So long story short, it was a great hour session. She learned a lot. So I gave her a challenge. I said, what I want you to do, I want you to make your money back. I'm going to give you 2 weeks to make your money back and you let me know. Because she said, I want to talk to you every month. I said, no. If you talk to me every month, you need coaching because you don't need to pay for this. We need to be getting you ready. We need to get you ready, okay? And I told her this, and I want to tell you again, and I've already told you, but I got some new people on the line, so I got to tell it to you so you'll go back and watch the other 700 videos. If you selling one thing, I got to show you, I got to give you a visual. I'm going to do the water. You selling one thing, right? You selling one thing, and then you go get 3 more of these waters. And you go and you say, I'm selling water. And somebody come up and they thirsty. You say, they say, I'm selling water. You say, okay. All right. Now, water may not be the best example because people that's thirsty will buy the water. But if you got another person that say, I'm coming and I want a lot of water, and you only got those 3 waters, they won't buy anything. They're going to go to someone who has a fountain of waters. And you know what she told me? She said, "You right." She's a school teacher, by the way. She said, "My principal had a car lot, and he had 3 cars, and my friend was looking for a car." I said, "You know what she did?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "She went to someone who got a lot of cars, right? She might have bought the same car, but she went to the one who had put some skin in it, put their butt on the line, made some sacrifices, had plenty to choose from, and they sold a car." She said, "Oh my God, you are so right." So what I'm saying is when you go to when she had her booth, she only had one of each tie. Where's the 3 ties of the same one? Where's the 4 ties of the same one? Where's the 5 ties of the same one? If somebody was walking through that market or that festival where she was at, and it was 2 or 3 friends and they was going out partying tonight, or they was going somewhere else, and they wanted to look alike, your friends be want to look alike, then they would have bought 3 ties. They'd have bought 4 ties. They'd have had different lengths. But when you are on scarcity, when you're scared, I don't know if they're gonna like my stuff. I don't know if I should do this. No, they're gonna do it. They're gonna like it, they're gonna buy it, they're gonna reward it. And you know what happens when we sell something? We're surprised. Oh my God. And you know what God was telling you? For those who are believers, know what God was telling you? I was just waiting on you. I was just waiting on you. I don't know what's taking you so long. So that's what it means by get off the rocks. Let's get off the rocks. Let's get off our couch. Let's get off our sofas. Let's get off our, what did it say? Our recliner. You know, you got that good recliner. You know how you got that bed that feels so good. You got that sweet spot. You got the comforter. You know how you got the air conditioner on real good. And you fine right now. Well, I'm here to tell you the reason that I'm postponing the boot camp is because I want us to get out of our comfort zone. I want us to work harder on our crafts. I want you to make a sale or make a item per day. It doesn't matter what it is, because you get the rhythm. When you start making your items, you actually attract money. Adapt and overcome. Adapt and overcome. Adapt and save. Adapt and get ready. Let's get ready for what's about to happen. We don't know what's about to happen, but we do know that America is the leader of the world. And if they do something, it affects everybody, right? Now, I'm not here to instill fear. I'm here to motivate you. Because if you get motivated now, you're going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be all right. You're going to, when you see when you come back and look at the picture, I always put another picture up once I talk. When you see the picture, it's a picture of me sitting on some rocks. I was figuring out, how do I get my items to be sold? What do I need to do? So I wanted to go to the beach, and I wanted to get on a nice, beautiful rock like I was in Jamaica. But I didn't have the time to go to Jamaica. So what I did was I went. Now let me tell you something about this picture you're gonna see. I went and I went to this mini golf course, and they had these rocks with the water coming down, and I jumped up and got on them rocks. And I asked my photographer, "Can you please take a picture with me with my outfit on? Because I need to sell this dress. I got about 100 yards of this fabric." And he said, "Sure, Evelyn." Pop, 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 pop. Man, I sold out. I was sitting on the couch trying to figure out, how am I going to make it? Where am I going to get this money from? I got to get out of town. I got to get my airline. I got to get my ticket. I got to pay for my booth. And my mind was racing, racing, racing. How am I going to do this? How am I going to stand out? A small designer from Florida that nobody even think of for fashion. When you say fashion, you don't think of Florida. You don't think of Florida at all. Okay. My first name for my business was called Orlando's Finest Fashions. When I went to New York, I changed that name. I said, oh my God. You know how many hundreds of times people say, oh, you from Orlando? Ooh. Oh, they got clothes in Orlando. Ooh, I like your stuff, but you in Orlando. You sure you're not from DC, Detroit, Chicago, Dallas, California? I mean, they named all these places, but they had no love for Orlando in the fashion industry. So I quickly learned and studied first, what's the best way to make an impression on your line? And it said, if you're gonna stick with it, name it yourself. Because you're gonna be one to protect your name. You're gonna be one to protect your integrity. You're gonna want to give it all you got. Okay. So that's what I did. Or you want to give it a catchy name that people know who it is. You know what I'm saying? So I did that. And that's what I'm telling you. We get comfortable. We can pay our bills. We may have a little snag here and there. You made it through that. But what about when the smudge and the smoke is coming from Canada and it's messing up Michigan and it's messing up Minnesota and Chicago got issues. And you know what I'm saying? So what about those unknown things? And I said, you know what? God, tell me what to do. Because we got to make a decision. We got to get lined up. And my heart is more so with developing new business owners. My heart, my heart really is, I can't do this by myself. I need to give you some referrals. I need to say, look, she's over there. She got it in DC. She got it. Miss Bernie's got it in Atlanta. Miss Leah's got it in Detroit. Okay. We got somebody down there in Mobile. We got somebody over there in Mississippi over there. We got somebody up there. We got somebody over there. We got somebody credible that we can pass the torch. Somebody said, okay, what about dolls? Who's my best doll maker? Who's my best underwear maker? Who's my best bra maker? I need a bra maker. I need an underwear maker. You know, we got a lot of women come in. They said, I need a good bra. I haven't did bras yet. I never made a bra. I never made underwear. But, you know, you buy them all the time. You wear them all the time. You just don't think. There are people who are looking for good underwear, men and women. There are obese people that are looking for good underwear. They're wearing like leggings, what is it? Leggings or sleepwear for underwear. So we got a market out there that we can make underwear, we can make bras, we can make, sleepwear. We can do it all. So I want you to know, when you get off the rock, tonight is the night to get off the rock. You get off the rocks, get to your table or your desk or your cubby hole and say, let's do this. Excuse me. Before coming on, I was at Michael's and I saw this guy and I parked by this truck and I'm looking and I saw this skeleton coming out the truck. And so here comes this big old white guy coming out. I said, that's your truck? He said, that's my van. And that's my house behind it. Okay. He told me, he said, things are too expensive. I got tired of paying $2,200 a month for rent. So I built me a mobile home. He said, in the back of that, I got a kitchen, I got a sink, I got a toilet, I got a shower, I got my motorcycle, and over here, I got my tools. I said, well, where you park? Who let you park there? He said, I got connections. I got people who got places they want to feel like somebody come and visit it so they don't come in and be squatters on their land. And he said, then I work for Walmart's and Walmart's know I work late at night. They let me park my car. Then I pull off in the day and I do whatever. I was so impressed with this man. And he said, he was a big old guy. He said, I can't believe you talking to me. I said, why? He said, because most people are afraid of me. They grab their purse because I got this big old beard. I said, you know why I talk to you? Because you look like me. You look like a biker. You look like, I said, I'm a biker too. I got two bikes. He said, what? So we just started. But what I like is the creativity. He adapted, he overcame. He said, I got tired of paying money in bills all the time, and I had nothing left. I said, why don't you start a YouTube channel? He said, I'm thinking so. I think I might try that. I said, well, come watch me tonight. So I'm telling you, there is money everywhere. You know, in America, they said money is on trees. You know, they said, oh, in America, there's just money on trees. Believe it or not, it really is. There is really money on trees. I mean, can you imagine that you can just think about, I need to make some money today, and you can manifest somebody coming for your gift and paying you for that seed that the creator has put in you. Can you imagine how fast money can come to you if you change your mindset? If you change the way you thought about things, if you got out of your own way, can you imagine? So this is what I told the person that paid me for the coaching. I said, you got 2 weeks. I want you to, I said, what can you cook? She said, I can cook some cake, I can cook some cookies, I can cook this. I said, well, let's sell some cookies this week. I said, if you selling cookies, your light bill won't go up. If you baking cakes, your light bill not gonna go up. I said, sell cookies, sell pastries and things like that one day a week. I said, in fact, even if you need to get the money to buy the stuff for the cookies, go to ask her, do they have a Walmart near you? She said yes. I said, go to Walmart and get some peanuts. You get a big old bag of peanuts, and you can put them in a little bag and sell them for $2. And get that $2 and turn it into $20 and take the $20 and buy your flour, your eggs, and everything to make money and pay yourself back for learning how to talk to me and learn from my talk. And she was excited. So I'm telling you, so if anyone who don't even have the 125, take what I'm telling you now from this member who has allowed us to learn from her coaching, what you can do to create the wealth that you can get started. Everyone has to start from somewhere. And if you start from somewhere, you'll be a lot further. Okay? You're going to be a lot further. I'm going to take some questions. I want you to remember the topic. The topic means top and pick what you want to do. Top it off, pick what you want to do to excel. Okay? Excel, excel, excel. And when you do that, you're going to be so much more. Okay? Let me see, can I get my fan back on? Because my fan is on a timer so that I don't get too much air in my lungs. I've been wearing Miss Ellen's bag for good luck. Hello, Miss Ellen. Miss Ellen went to a sale. She sold a nice bag. I'm going to tell you some stuff about what's in fashion right now. She went after the leopard and she sold a bag. She said, I sold a bag right away, first thing. Things that don't go out of style is leopard. Leopard is a fabric. If you have anything old in your closet, that's leopard, and you put a sale price on it, it'll be the first thing to sell if you did a retail sale. Okay, so leopard is good. If you are looking for some summer items, I'm going to show you this right here. If you're looking for some summer items to sell, it's really, really hot, right? I want you to see this idea. This, you can make this. This is a sheer fabric. You can make a matching head wrap. And this is just at the bottom of it. You can put it over a dress. You can put it over something solid. But this is a quickie. This is a quickie. Now, the bottom of it, the fabric is folded in half. I want you to take this idea and run with it. Okay? Take this idea and run with it. Run to the bank with it. This is great for someone who's going to an outing, a pantsuit, a sleeveless top. Put the headpiece with it or a hat with it or some earrings with it. I want you to take this idea and take a snapshot right now and run to the bank with it. Run to the bank. Now, don't be cheap with the fabric. Don't be cheap with the fabric. The fabric means that, say you didn't, you didn't fold it in half. Fold it in half because when you fold it in half, you have the weight. The weight is what keeps it still. And then up top here, you just put a nice little button up top. right here. So if you made a bag and a shawl, oh my God, what are you talking about? I talked to a member, Miss Liz from Detroit. She was talking about how hot it was. Miss Liz, I want you to take this and run with it. Anybody want to, right? When it's hot, you don't really want to wear clothes, right? Well, this is a great, graceful piece that you can take and wear. And you can wear, and it's not a size item. Look, it's not a size item. I'm gonna step back just a little bit. It's not a size item. So this is my little treat for you tonight. I've been working on a lot of things, so it's hot. And also, for those who were hot in those states that don't normally have air conditioners, I shared with Miss Liz those coolers. They have them on sale on Amazon from anywhere from $88 to $100. You can buy them. They're on wheels. I have them in the store. You pour water in them, or you can put ice in it, and the fan moves like this. It's about 3 to 4 feet tall, and it's on wheels, and you can put them in room to room. And they don't take up more energy than a sewing machine. So your electric bill will not go up. All right. If it's in your sewing station, you want to cool off, those are great. So that's a great idea if you are in a cold, if you're in a northern state and you're hot because the heat is so overbearing right now, then think about those coolers so that you can't sew when you're hot. You can't function when your faculties are in disarray. Okay. So you have to be comfortable in one spot. So if you can't buy 2 coolers, buy 1 cooler. They even have coolers. You can have coolers about a 5x7, and you pour water in it, and you can sit it right there on your desk, and it can cool you off as well. But those are the real small ones. They're like a 5x7. But the bigger coolers, they're comfortable. You can store them in the hallway. You can store them after it gets cold. You don't have to use them. But when it's hot, you put that cooler in, and then all like I tell you, sell 1 garment or 1 item to pay your cooler bill back, because you're not reselling that. You want to make the money to whenever you spend some money, make that money back. Okay, make that money back. All right, so we got the coaching down. We're gonna postpone the event. We're gonna talk about. I want to talk about some fabric choices. Thank you all who sent me some good ideas for fabric choices, and I want to tell you some about the fabric choices. Make sure when you buy fabric that you buy a really good fabric. Don't look at the price. First, before you buy the fabric, build a relationship. And when you build a relationship, see if it's a company that may make the fabric for you. Because we're in this for the long haul, y'all. Now, if you just pick up something quick and you make something quick and you see how it works, this little line here, you disregard it. But for those foot soldiers, those boot camp soldiers, I'm telling you, I can't keep up this week. I made a hat 7 years ago and they keep buying it. Bam, 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 bam. I'm like, oh my God, I got to restock. I got to restock. I got to restock. But I have suppliers that have the same tools or supplies that I have that I can get it within 24 hours. So I keep making the same sales because I can get, even when I buy enough to make 6 hats, I should have bought enough to make 20 hats. The reason that I didn't buy enough to make 20 hats is because I know I can readily get it and they have it for me. They have it for me the next day. But what's happening when I'm buying enough for 6 hats, before I can finish that hat, the hat takes me roughly 35, 40, 45 minutes from top to finish. Make the hat, decorate the hat, make the shawl, and give a gift. 45 minutes. Bam, bam, bam. But the hat is selling so well. What I'm telling you, find suppliers that continually give you the good stock. Because what'll happen is when you start making good things and people find you because you got off those rocks, when you climbed off those rocks and you expanded your gifts, they're going to see what you like. They're going to see what you have. They're going to like what you have, and they're going to fall in love with you. And they're going to buy you to life. They're going to share it. People are going to buy it. Where is this? Where can I get it? She right here. He's right here. But if you buy something from someone and they won't fulfill it, it's overruns, it's finished, then you have a shorter life. Now, if you find a fabric at a good deal and you got a good product for it, then buy as much as you can. Don't buy a little bit. A little bit is less than 6 yards. A lot is 25 to 40 yards or the boat. The reason you do that is because when you got a good seller, it's going to be a great seller. And they're going to see, okay, can you do it again? Can you do it again? Now, this is why you with Evelyn, right? When you on that rock, you sitting on your rock. Just imagine yourself on your rock. Remember, this is a metaphor. It's on your couch. It's on your front porch. It's on your back porch. It's in your yard. That's a rock. That's your rock. That's your safe zone. So when you are out there selling, guess what you're doing? You dropping your net. You're dropping your net right around your house. You might go a little bit out of state. You're dropping your net right around your house. But when you get the coaching from Evelyn, I don't know where she came from, but she bad, y'all. You get a net and you come back and bam, you throw it all the way out in the ocean. And when you pull that net up, when you go to Africa, you'll see this. They roll out. They get off the rocks. They roll out. They don't even have a motor. They don't even have a motor. All they got is a paddle and just something like this. And about 5 or 7 of them on that. And they take that net and they throw that net out. And when they pull that net up, they got enough fish for the village, y'all. They got to get all the way back in. That's what's going to happen when you get the coaching. When you start doing the baby steps and you start getting active and you start doing what you need to do, there's no way you can fail. Because he said, I will provide all your needs. Okay? Ask and you shall receive. Amen, somebody. Amen, somebody. I'm here to tell you. This is the middle of July. This is when we plant our seeds. When you want to make things happen, you start small. You got 3 to 4 months to get prepared. And when you get the 3-4 months, you're going to have a big jolt. And after the big jolt, you'll keep steady income. But this is income you wouldn't have never had. You never thought about it. You never imagined. You can make more. Now, for those who are determined to make $1 million, here you go. This is the secret to make $1 million. Drum roll, please. She said $1 million. She gets $1 million. Okay. Is it possible to make $1 million? Yes, it is possible to make $1 million. It won't be soon, but it is possible. How do you make $1 million and what do you need to sell and how much does it need to be? These are the answers right now. If you want to make $1 million, and I agree with this, I researched it. How do you do $1 million online? How do you make $1 million? First of all, you have to make daily sales, of course. And your lowest sale item has to be $80. $75 to $80 of your lowest sale item. Okay. That means gross. Okay. That's not net. And then your highest item to make $1 million is anywhere between $225 to $300. If you can make some sales like that daily, then that's how you can make $1 million. Now, I'm sure that this is like way, Evelyn. I mean, you really gonna tell me that it can be possible to make $1 million? You really telling me it's possible to make 20,000, 20,000, 50,000? Oh, is it 500? Okay, it's possible. And people do it all the time. But they're preparing. They're getting off the rock. They're preparing. But guess what they do, y'all? They selling the same thing. They're not selling onesies. You know what a onesie is? When a child is 1, he's going to be in that only till he's probably, if he's a small child, he done outgrew the onesies. But a onesies is just that. It's for a short period of time. And you let it go. But when you get 2s, 3s, 4s, deuces, all that of the same item, when you go to buy a shovel from Lowe's, right? They got more than one shovel. When you go buy a rake, they got more than one rake. So the whole thing is, I want you to start thinking when you're purchasing your fabrics, when you're getting ready, don't let your main source of fabrics is from discount stores or from the Goodwill. Oh, she didn't say the Goodwill. That's my favorite store. Okay. Goodwill and discount stores are, once it's gone, it's gone. If you get with suppliers that will continue to sell your same item, and by the time you get it rocking and rolling, your second and third year, and they still ordering the same thing, you're gonna be on the game. You're gonna be on the game. I'm telling you, it's there's no shortage of money. Even in a crisis, there's no shortage of money. There is no, listen to me, there is no shortage of money. There's a shortage of us getting off the rocks. We're not getting off the rock. We're sitting there, we're hoping something's going to happen. We're hoping something's going to change, and it's not changing. And it's getting worse. And it will get worse. And he said there's wars and rumors of wars. When we have wars and rumors of wars, everybody's starting to panic. But there are some people say, hey, I can afford to buy that. Because money, no matter what situation we're in, money still has to flow. It has to flow. It's what is it flowing for? And then when I'm saying we're going to make it short tonight, is because I want us to know what's going on. And then we're going to see who we're going to support so we can get some stability. And when we get some stability, we already working. We already working. And the only way you get stability is you got to pay to help people to get where they need to be so they can fight for us, right? Whatever it is, whoever side you on, it doesn't matter. It's just that we have to make a better living for ourselves, our family, and our community. And that's why I did the 5K walk. I want to be, these are people that's walking by my stores every day. They don't know me. How y'all doing? Come on in. You want some water? Oh, how much is it? It's free. Go ahead. Finish the race. People had babies on their back. People had strollers. People brought their moms and grandmas, and they had to walk a little bit, sit down a little bit, walk a little bit, sit down a little bit. They was determined to finish. And that's where I am. I'm determined to get you where you want to be. I'm determined to nudge you off the rocks. Get off the rocks. Get up off the rock. You know, you had that thing and it flip and it have you standing up. That's what I'm doing tonight. Get on up. What did you make today? What did you sell today? What car did you make today? What did you sell today that's going to make your life better? Did you put the money back in a better place? Did you invest it in more inventory? Did you open a business account? Did you write the verbiage down on how to describe this? Did you take any pictures of this? Okay, let's do this. And stay focused. Stop the distractions. This is the most important thing that I'm going to say tonight. When you're in your zone, stay focused. Get the phone off. Stay focused. Somebody come, somebody call. Hey, how you doing? Become your own secretary. Okay, can I call you back in about an hour? I'm in the middle of something. Okay, can I call you back in an hour? Don't say, oh, let me click over and get this call. Oh, let me click over and get this call. Because when you are a creator, you have to get in a zone. You have to get in a mental space. And I'm going to share what happened to me that wasn't good. I'm trying to make something for this pastor, and it's an AI. And I'm not trying, I did. But it don't look the same as him. I'm saying that fabric is a picture. It's a painting. We got this fabric. That lace, when you put it on, it looks soft. It looks feminine. A lace is it's for women. It's a soft piece. Men don't wear lace. So when you put it on, it look that. So we going back and forth. Well, I want to look like the picture, but when you put it on, your wife said no. So what I'm saying is, watch out for the AI. In fact, they're putting boundaries on AI because they're saying people are getting confused. I said, look at the man. He's not a real person. They painted that on him. So fabric don't look the same on a person. But I'm sharing what I go through because I want you to know I'm human. And I want you to know when you're doing things for people, if you don't do your box style item and then you tailor it to them, then you're going to get that kind of hiccup sometimes. Because if you got your box size item, like you got a box shirt. In fact, I got on this men's shirt and I put tucks in it to make it look like a swing coat. I just customize it to my body type, right? So you do the same thing. Make a box size item, stick to your guns. I don't care what level they are. Stick to your guns. Because he want to look like the AI, and you can't look like the AI. Because you know what happens when you do the AI? When you do the pencil legs, the crouch is shorter. And the men's jewels got to hang. I'm sorry. Discard this. Make sure. I'm telling you, don't let kids hear this. Men have the room. When you do the lounge pants give men room. But when you start doing the skinny legs, the crouch goes up and it has to come down with consistency. So when you do that, you either want this style or that style. And sometimes when you do something for somebody, they can't take it because they want to look like the picture. So I took extra time to take it apart again and do it. That's whose fault is that? Mine. I'm trying to please somebody. I'm telling him right away it's AI, but it's mine. But you learn from it, you laugh at it, and you move on. It's 1 out of 100. All right. Now let's take some questions. Okay, everybody. Thank you all for coming on tonight. And I want what the hymn, I like that. What the hymn said, you know what she said when y'all looking at her? What the hymn said, she said, girl, if you look at the comments, she said, you got me. I can't. This is when she saw last week's, because you know some people catch up. They doing things different time zones, right? So she saw last week and she said, I got to let you know, you touch me. I'm in. And that's how we are. We are all in. If you got to sew early in the morning, or you got to sew in the midnight hour, if you got to paint in the midnight hour, crochet in the midnight hour, make sure whatever you do, make sure what you do, you can listen to my videos and you can do volume. Now, let me tell you the sad thing that happened to my coaching client. She said she was so discouraged after her show. Guess what she did, y'all? She said she gave everything away. I said, what? She said, I just gave the stuff away. It wasn't the stuff. Look, you don't have to be perfect to make money. Cookie with lumps in them tastes better than cookies that's smooth. Don't throw away your stuff. Stop giving away your art. Stop giving it away. Put some prices on it. Fine. You know why you're not selling? It's because you're throwing the net right beside you. You know, when you go in the lake, you see little minnows there. You say, I'm going to throw my pole right here, see I catch a fish. You might catch a fish or two. But if you take that net and give it some time, and then you start seeing that net go down, and then, oh my goodness. Give me some help here, y'all. Give me some help. I told you about the one I went fishing. I went out to the ocean the very first time, and the fish was so big, I started regurgitating. I could, I didn't want the fish. I told my husband, everybody, they was trying to help get the fish. 5 people took to get that fish. When I got the fish out, they had to hook them. You see the guts coming out. The fish was so big, it was like this, like, it was like, it was something else. Anyway, I'm sorry to be too graphic tonight, but I want you to know, I want you to get it. I want you to have fun with it. And I want you to know that while you're having fun trying to figure this thing out, you're finna get busy. You're finna get busy. You're going to be saying, how can I get this done? There's not enough days in the week. There's not enough hours in the day. So you got to start your prep work. You got to start your prep work. When you start your prep work, it gets ready for your long time things. Your prep work is your simple stuff. Make some earrings, make some necklaces, make some jewelry, make some quick shawls. Okay. Look, this right here, what we call a sneaker item. Remember what I told you what a sneaker item is? A sneaker item is, it's like half a sneaker item because this is a woman's piece. But a sneaker item is when somebody come, they like it, they fit it. They just got to see if they got the money. Okay. A sneaker means any race, any color, any size foot, that size, they can sell it to you. If you make a hat, you can make a kufi hat and it can fit anybody a size. Put a bow on it, it's just for a woman. But any woman, any race, any culture can wear that hat. Any race, any woman, any culture can wear this shawl. And look, Will anybody try to sell this in December when it's snowing outside? No, they wouldn't. But it's so hot, they're not thinking about the snow right now. They're thinking about looking good and being comfortable. And that right there, I'm telling you, if you don't steal this, I'm gonna come and haunt you tomorrow. Do it up. Go find some sheer fabric, put some fabric around it, and bam, throw it out there. Say, hey, you know, I got this. Remind yourself though, when you making your items, listen to this. Really, 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 really. This is more important. When you're making your items, the first thing is don't accept the thing you like the most to sell first. Have a variety. I would suggest if you're doing a show or you're doing a festival, have at least 30 to 40 different items and then depth. Okay. Okay. Say, how can I do 40 items, Evelyn? Okay. Say you do bow ties. You got 5 different color bow ties. You got 5 prepped of each color. Okay. So when you're waiting on your sale, you can be prepping and finishing up them bow ties. So when you become a professional exhibitor, you're not just waiting on customers. You're making contact, you finishing up items, you're communicating with people, you passing out your flyer. Can I have your email address, please? You've given them refreshments. You are having to sell yourself. Sell yourself and sell yourself good. Oh, she was so nice. She gave me water. She let me sit down. Oh, I made my payment plan. I want this. If you do payment plans, keep your items so they pay it off. Okay, I want this. I want 5 outfits. I get paid on the first of the month. I'm gonna give you $200 a month. Keep the items. When they pay you, ship it or they can pick up. All right. Make the money, make the progress, make the connections. So when you're doing the 40 items for your booth, make sure you have it nicely done and don't worry about perfection. In other words, have it nicely done. I know I got a lot of perfectionist people. Like, I can't do 40 because it's got to be ironed just right. Ironed just right. Look, I told my ironer the other day, I said, you know what you do? Don't take all day to press one dress. Make the iron full of steam. Press with steam. Boom, boom, boom. You sit down and do the iron. You ain't even got to stand up. Put it over here. Boom. Here's a rack right here. Boom, boom, boom. Get it done. You know, don't be trying to work it. Don't be trying to do it. Just prep it. Prep it. Fluff it up. People are used to things being a little wrinkled. They don't have to be picture perfect. But prep your items. Display your items well. Ask for your price and be firm. Do you take layaway? No. Oh, you don't? No. Why don't you? It's because if you do layaway, that means they paying on it. But if you do a payment plan, that means they're going to definitely get it. Layaway is a lesser price. Layaway is I just going to pay on it and I can pay on it for a year until Christmas comes. A payment plan, say you got an item that's $800. They can pay you $200 a week or every other week. Sometimes they prepay you with the checks and you deposit if you trust them with their checks. Okay. Once you deposit all the checks, then you give them the item. It keeps everybody happy. Oh, I got my checks out. I got to make sure this is that, da, da, da. And when they make the checks, you tell them, we don't change the date, babe. Make sure you can do this before you can say to do this. You can't do it. And if you can't do it, look, invoice them. Can I send you a way to pay me? And this will happen. And then fill it out. If you feel that it's a safe thing to do, then do it. But keep your items until they pay. And if they don't pay, you can say after 30 days, it's non-refundable. You can do that and they can sign it. So this channel is to help you make it, not make you angry and upset and that you can't do it. Don't let people hurt your feelings when you sew, when you paint, when you crochet, when you make quilts. Don't let them hurt your feelings. Let it roll off like a duck. Roll off like a duck. Roll off a duck. Because nobody's perfect, right? Oh, I don't like that. Okay, fine. Thank you, sir. And then learn from what they say. Learn. Hey, I'm not an AI designer. I have real fabrics and I have real feelings. And this is how we're gonna make it. I want to get this made. Can you take my measurements and can I pay you on a payment plan? No, I'm not taking your measurements so you pay me in full. When you pay attention. When you pay in full, they show up. They wait. They want it right. When you take little small deposits on a dress for $250 or less, it takes up your time. You can make more things. You can make more merchandise than $250 than making a dress for somebody. When you make a dress for somebody, you practically working for free. It's just something to get some quick cash. And it's only quick if you get it all up front. It's not quick if you get it piecemeal. Remember that. When they buy something online, they pay in full. When you get that buggy of groceries, you pay before you take it at the store. You don't want to pay for yesterday's fun. Remember that. Yesterday's fun ain't fun to pay for. So we got to get it ready. This is going from the boot camp that you'd have had in the store to the boot camp right here. Because I'm grabbing you. I'm coming after you tonight. I'm coming after you. I'm going to answer your calls, answer your things so we can go watch this replay. And we want to make sure that we get it done and get it done great. And we want to make sure we ask for our value. Okay, so here we go. Let's try to scroll up and see what you're asking me. Okay, Daughters of Zion said, hey, Daughters of Zion Creations. Where are you from, Daughters of Zion? She said, hello. Okay, where is my screen back? And she said she finally made it live. She made it live because I kept rocking. Okay, this is Mary. This is Mary Jones. Mary Jones, I happen to know her. She's from the DC area. She said, I never forgot what you said. Somebody will buy it. Those words encourage me. I'm gonna tell you somebody. I'm gonna tell you about this. Okay, Daughters of Zion is from West Texas. Wow. West Texas. I rode my motorcycle to Texas. I was all over. I don't know Westwood ever, but I love it. I love Texas. Texas, you can sell winter clothes in Texas in the summer. I worked in Dallas and I've sold heavy mud cloth clothing and sweaters and jackets in the summer because those buyers was preparing for the fall and winter. So you can make money in any climate. Remember I said there's climates everywhere? Okay. She's what is it? Constance is asking me, can she see my whole shirt? This right here, I ain't got my support on the night. Constance, what I did with the shirt basically is I put a dart in the front and I put a dart in the back. And the dart is 2 inches wide. Okay, so it tapers my waist and it flares at the bottom. And so I got the sleeves rolled up and I got a front pocket. Now it's good for work. Now, when it's like hot like this, even though it's hot, I like to be insulated because once you sweat, if you know, like the military, once you sweat, it starts insulate you and it cools you off. But if you just wear no sleeves and you get hot, it's more like a dry heat. So the perspiration can actually make you cooler. Okay. Okay, this is What the Hem. She says, I need to find a place that makes soft fabric labels. What I'm going to say, okay, What the Hem, when you say soft fabric labels, you put that in your search. I'm not sure where you are, but I don't know how soft you want those. Some people say soft just so they bend, different places. But if you could send me a picture of what you used before, what you want, maybe I can help you with that. Okay, this is Mary Jones. Mary is really active tonight. Hey, Miss Mary. Mary says, I'm glad you told me about the fabrics from my 3 bestsellers because you can't get the fabric anymore. Let me tell you how fabric people, you in Orlando? Girlfriend, you better come by the store. I'm in the West Oaks Mall in Ocoee. Come by the store to see me this week. And we're going to do some chit-chatting. She's in Orlando, Florida, because there's more than one Orlando. If you're in Orlando, Florida, you just a few minutes from me. Get on the expressway, come check me out. Okay. This is how fabric stores work. When you buy fabric stores, they like to make money like everybody. And when they have a fabric and you say, I like that fabric, and you think about it, and it's the price, and then you go back and you try to figure it out. Well, when that fabric sells low, they don't restock that fabric. They don't give it time. They don't give it time to actually be seen. And then some people, when they shop for fabric, they only buy it on sale. They only buy it on sales. Okay. So when they only buy it on sale, that means the fabric company loses money. When an item goes on sale, whatever the item is in any instance, okay, I'm going to be blunt with you. It's usually 4 times the price, sometimes higher. Okay. So when that fabric goes on sale, 10 off, 15% off, 20% off, 50% off, even 75% off, that's what it costs. All right. But they got to put in the lights, the labor, insurance, all this other stuff, registers. So when you see a fabric and it looks good, you got to get it. But then you got to ask the vendor, do you still sell that fabric? Can I get the fabric made? And if you can, buy as much as you can. If you find a really good fabric, buy as much as you can. Because when they go back to buy, they have to buy it by the tractor trailer. And if they don't have enough stores to put that tractor trailer in, they will not rebuy or restock something that had a slow shelf life or a long shelf life, a slow selling life. So if you see something like me, I'll see a fabric. Never go for the cheapest fabric. Usually if you go for the cheapest fabric, it's probably because it's a closeout. That doesn't mean that it's not a good fabric. That doesn't mean that it's of less quality. You figure that out yourself. Does it get quality? Can you wrinkle it? Does it show? I mean, you figure that out. But once you figure that out, you start talking to the owner, not the manager. Where's the owner? Do you stock this fabric? Does he have this fabric in other locations? How long would it take me to get this fabric? And when you do that and you got a hot seller, you got to run with it. You know, what that guy Fubu, when he said he put out his first hat in New York, he said he had 800 hats made because he knew he had 800 people that liked this music or liked this clothes. He didn't make music, but he liked this clothes. He put 800 hats out. He went downtown in Manhattan. Guess how many he sold? Guess how many he sold? He sold 800 in 1 hour. He was prepared. He was prepared. He said, I know I got 800 people that's wearing my clothes. For us, by us. That's the most famous African-American clothing operator back in the day. Okay. So he knew the law of economics. If you have more, you sell more. If you have less, you sell less. Remember that. Write that down. If you have more, you can sell more, but you can only sell more if you're in the right place. If you got your pole and your cask out where more people can get it. If your cask is right there by your house, you got minnows around you. You know, you don't have enough fish that can come up and eat the fish. Eat the fish, eat the product. All right. Eat the bait. If your clothing, your items is the bait. So what I'm saying is look at where you're buying. If you find something good, make the sacrifice, get the whole roll. And even people are sending me Facebook posts. Some of the mills are panicking. Some of the mills are selling the fabric dirt cheap. They like, oh, I got another container coming. I got to get rid of this. Beware. Beware. The reason I say beware is because if everybody is selling the same fabric at the same time and they are selling it to the same general public in their circle, they're going to say what? Oh, I saw that on Facebook. You only paid $2 for that yard. You only paid $3 for that yard. It's not the price, it's the quality of the fabric and what you do with it. So I'm not saying don't buy a bargain fabric. I'm saying if you buy a quality fabric, most likely you're going to buy it from a supplier that's been in business a long time. And he knows when he works with designers or creators that they want quality. They'll spend a little bit more. They'll spend $9, $10, $12, $15. They'll spend it. And when you spend it, you help that business keep supplying. And it only takes 4 or 5 good items that'll get you up there. And I mean, you have the box companies sending you boxes all the time because you got to keep it filled, right? So let's do this. Okay. I'm going to really hurry because I know we need to see what's going on. Oh my gosh, we got like 200 comments. Okay, let's see. What the him? She says hello. Let's see. I'm looking at you all saying hello. Mary said, I want abundance. We look, we want so much abundance. Jean Robinson said, hello, everyone. What the him? I'm gonna look for you, what the him? Because she's in Orlando. This is the first Orlando person I've seen. And you know what's good when you say where you are? It's because we don't want people to think that it is AI and that you are, I got a group of people who just saying, oh yeah, go with Evelyn. We want people that's doing some real things and some real situations. Okay. Miss Bernice, which I love, she's in Atlanta. She says, congratulations on the walk. Yes, I invite everybody to do a walk. Blessings is from South Carolina. How you doing? Miriam is from South Carolina. Okay. Arthur got me, y'all. Arthur, I'm going to the doctor. What's going on? Get rid of Arthur. I don't want no Arthur around me. Okay, we got somebody all the way from St. Louis. And she said, Miss Ellen, wait till we meet Ben. Oh, Ben Gay. You know what they told you? They say, you're getting old when you gotta rub yourself with some Ben Gay, some Vicks Vapor Rub. When you start smelling like your new perfume it's got a salve with it. I was like, hey, what's that? What's going on down there? What's going on behind my knee? So yeah, they say it might be a touch. So we got to figure that out. We're gonna have to kick him back to the curb. Okay, Miss Constance, she says words of wisdom, and that's what we're sharing. We're sharing words of wisdom because when you're in a boot camp, you gotta really, start being serious because everybody's time is valuable, and you don't want to waste nobody's time. If you wasting somebody's time, you wasting their money. Okay, and we're not gonna waste no money on this channel. Okay, this is Mary Jones. She said, my first show I sold. Okay, she had told me she sold 0. You know what? You got to learn from her because you be saying, don't take it personal. So we had fun tonight. We talked about that. She said, because people don't know you just trying to promote yourself. Yeah, you promote yourself. When you see like State Farms and all those companies and they are having exhibit tables, they're marketing. If they get somebody signed, they're good, but they're marketing. They're saying, look, they're going to need me. Okay, Constance says she did. We're talking about the exhibit. She said, yes, I didn't have enough stuff one time. Yes, I'm learning to go to the shows first. And I'm going to tell you something too. If you go into a show, this is a secret, okay? If you go into a show and you do not have enough inventory, this is what you do. You take it prepped. Okay, this is what you do. If you go into a show, it's like a timeshare, right? So if you go to a show and you don't have enough inventory made, but you got them cut on a hanger, or if you're making hats, you got the other ones prepped. These are the ones that I'm making now. You can actually take that hat, put it around their head, and charge them $10 to ship it to them. So if you say you got a busy job, you got a busy life, and you trying to prepare, and you got all this stuff going on, and you got a show coming up, take your items that's finished and put your items that's prepped on the same line. Like I have gone to shows, I have one finished item, and I have 8 more on the hanger behind that. Another finished item, 8 more on another on the behind of that. And what that does is when that person come in, you pin it to their size, you finish it off, and you ship it to them. And you just say, hey, here's my information. You pay for it and the shipping. You'll have it within 5 to 7 business days. And you give yourself time to clean it up. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, she's telling me to have this inventory. I got this inventory. I didn't make a sale. No, you're establishing yourself. You're marketing yourself. You're showing that it's handmade. You want to go with abundance, because if you don't go with enough items and your store looks scarce, then people are going to doubt you. When they know that you are credible and you have it, you can tag their name on it, they feel good that they invested in you. The first thing people say when they come to my stores, they say, wow, she got some inventory. Inventory means that she's prepared. What race, what size, what color? When do you want it? How do you want it? If you can't see anything with all of these things, there's a fabric store, pick it out yourself. The fabric store and you pick it out yourself, guess what? It costs you more than what is on the floor. If it's $150 in the store pre-made, it's $250 when I custom make it. Because it's got to be this way and that way and this way and that way. I need you to come to your appointment. Okay. So that's what we learned. This is the night you learn something. You learn something, and what else? You take action and you sell something. If you learn something and you don't take action and sell something, that means you wasted your time. When you waste your time, you waste your money. If you're wasting your money, you won't be in business long, even for yourself. So we got to take action. We got to ask for the sale. If we got a gift other than what we do, what we like to do, then take action. Bake those cookies, make those pies, make those pies. Say, look, I'm doing a fundraiser for my business. Would you like to support me? Be honest about it. I need your support. I need a goal to make $5,000. Can you help me with my goal? And somebody said, well, girl, that's a lot of money. Oh boy, I don't know, but I'll buy $10 worth of cookies. I'll buy $20 on a pound cake. I'll buy a candy apple from you. You know what I mean? You know, my sister say I say that with one word. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. That's when you know you're talking to a country girl. But anyway, y'all, it's been great. Let's go look at what happened tonight on TV in the different time zones. Let's be aware. Let's be prepared. The number for me is 407-590-8767. 407-590-8767. This is Evelyn, your best cheerleader ever. I want you to make it. I want you to do it. And I want you to know right now, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you because you are sticking with me. You're commenting. It's sinking in. And once it sinks in, it's gonna plenish. You're gonna, what you put in your brain, and now let's regurgitate it out and let's get it going. Let's make it happen. Let's turn it into gold. Let's help somebody else through their journey in life. Because when somebody makes something for you, and when you make something, you say, I didn't know who I was making this for, right? When somebody makes something and you take it and it was made with their hands, you value it more. You feel good. You be like, oh, somebody actually made this. I got to meet the maker. I got to meet the creator. And that resonates with them. They will keep it and wear it till it fall off the bone. You know how you have a meal that fall off the bone? They're going to wear your items till it fall off the bone. Okay, everybody, let's get going. Send me some texts, what you sold. I don't care if it was $10. Let's make a sale. Let's make it happen. Let's build on our own abilities. And let's get ready for the foreseen, unseen things that may happen in our life. Let's prepare. Let's prepare. Let's not be unprepared. Let's make sure we got water. We got different things. We make sure we prepare. Make sure we have the funds to prepare. And let's build this empire. Let's build stores. Let's make your name a household name. Let's make your name a household name. When they think of one thing, they say, I got to go here. When they think of one thing, they got to go there. So let's make your name a household name. Take care. Love you all. Bye-bye.